Welcome to the Aging Wisdom. Join us on a journey of self-discovery and timeless wisdom. In this video, we explore 11 things a smart person never says, inspired by the profound insights of Stoic philosophy. Imagine learning to live more consciously, avoiding the pitfalls of careless words, and embracing the wisdom of restraint to transform your relationships and mindset. Each lesson in this video is grounded in timeless philosophy, human psychology, and practical insights, all designed to guide you toward a more intentional and fulfilling life. You'll uncover actionable tips, empowering quotes, and life-changing strategies to navigate the complexities of modern living with grace and intelligence. Don't miss this chance to elevate your thinking and transform your daily interactions. Subscribe now to stay updated with our latest videos on personal growth, wisdom, and philosophy. Like this video if you find these lessons valuable. Turn on notifications so you never miss out on transformative content. Share this video with friends and family who are on their own journey of self-improvement. Let's step into a world of wisdom together. Starting now. Number 1. Gossip and rumors. When words become poison. Close your eyes and imagine a peaceful village with a crystal-clear well. Its waters nourish everyone, sustain life, and bring joy. Now picture someone dropping poison into that well. Just a small amount, but enough to make the water dangerous. The villagers no longer trust the well, and the connections in the community begin to break down. This is exactly how gossip and rumors work. Every careless word is like a drop of poison into the well of trust. At first it may go unnoticed, but over time these words accumulate, causing harm, breaking bonds, and isolating individuals. Have you ever reflected on the words you've spoken and wondered if they nurtured or destroyed a relationship? Questions to make you stop and think. Have you ever regretted saying something you knew you shouldn't have? Have you ever been hurt by gossip about yourself, feeling powerless to stop it? Have you ever asked yourself, what impact will my words have? Will they make someone feel better, or will they cause harm? Words, though fleeting sounds, have the power to change lives, for better or worse. That's why Epictetus wisely advised, keep silence for the most part, or if you speak, say only what is necessary and in a few words. In today's world, where social media and idle chatter are so prevalent, how can we resist the temptation of gossip? To answer that, let's first explore the silent damage caused by careless words. The quiet destruction of gossip. Every time we spread a rumor, no matter how trivial, we harm not just others, but also ourselves. Gossip destroys trust. When you gossip, people start wondering, will they talk about me behind my back too? Isolates communities. Rumors create divisions, forming opposing groups and weakening relationships. Causes lasting pain. Those targeted by gossip often suffer emotional scars, feeling devalued and alienated. So why do we choose to speak words that can harm instead of words that can heal? Transforming lives with positive words. Imagine every word you say is like planting a seed in someone else's heart. Do you want to plant seeds of kindness and encouragement, or seeds of doubt and hurt? Instead of gossiping, here's what you can do. 1. Speak to uplift. When you're tempted to criticize someone, pause and ask yourself, is there a way to turn this into encouragement? Example, instead of saying, she's so irresponsible, try, she must be going through something tough. I hope she's okay. 2. Replace gossip with gratitude. If a conversation starts veering toward someone's absence, redirect it to appreciating the good things. Example, instead of saying, he didn't show up because he doesn't care, try, it's great to see others who made the effort to be here. 3. Pause. Before speaking, before you share something, ask yourself, is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If the answer is no, Silence is the better choice. A challenge for you. The next time you feel tempted to join in gossip, ask yourself, will this make me a better person? Am I helping to build a world I want to live in? The philosophy of restraint and calm. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The strength lies not in controlling what others say about you, but in how you choose to react and use your own words. Remember, words are like seeds. What are you planting today? Poison or fresh, nourishing water? You have the power to be a source of inspiration or a source of harm. The choice is yours. So, what will you do differently in your next conversation? Will you choose silence, or will you choose to speak words of kindness and love? The answer will not only shape how others perceive you, but also transform your life. True wisdom lies in that choice. Number 2. Precipitated words. The cost of speaking in haste. Have you ever found yourself saying something in the heat of the moment, only to regret it almost immediately? It's a universal experience. An argument spirals out of control, a misunderstanding grows deeper, or a relationship becomes strained, all because of words spoken without thought. Words, once spoken, cannot be taken back. They linger, sometimes carrying unintended consequences that ripple through our lives and the lives of those around us. Psychologists explain this as the impulse reaction loop, where our emotions override rational thinking, leading us to speak before we truly understand the impact of our words. And often, the damage is not just external, but internal, leaving us feeling guilty or ashamed. A Stoic perspective. The power of restraint. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, offers a powerful reminder: you always have the option of having no opinion. This isn't an invitation to be indifferent, but a call to recognize the freedom in choosing silence over impulsive speech. Think about this for a moment. How often do we feel compelled to respond, to prove a point, or to defend ourselves, even when silence might be the wiser choice? Aurelius's wisdom teaches us that we don't have to engage in every argument, answer every provocation, or express every fleeting thought. The consequences of speaking. Too quickly. When we rush to speak, we often misinterpret the situation, acting on assumptions rather than understanding the full context. Escalate conflicts, turning minor disagreements into major arguments. Hurt relationships, saying things that can't be unsaid, causing pain or mistrust. Imagine a scenario. You're in a heated discussion with a colleague. They criticize your work, and without pausing to reflect, you snap back defensively. Later, you realize their comment wasn't meant to offend. It was constructive feedback that could have helped you grow. But your impulsive reaction created tension instead of understanding. How different might the outcome have been if you had taken a moment to breathe and listen? Practical wisdom. How to avoid hasty words. 1. Pause before speaking. In moments of tension, take a deep breath. Count to 5 if needed. This simple act gives your rational mind time to catch up with your emotions. Tip. Practice mindfulness techniques to stay grounded in stressful situations. 2. Ask yourself 3 questions. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If the answer to any of these is no, consider staying silent. 3. Choose silence. When unsure. Silence isn't weakness, it's strength. Choosing not to speak in the heat of the moment allows you to process your emotions and respond with clarity later. As Aurelius reminds us, it is better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to open one's mouth and remove all doubt. A relatable example. Diffusing an argument. Picture this: you're at a family gathering, and someone brings up a sensitive topic. Your immediate reaction is to defend your perspective passionately, but instead, you pause. You listen. You acknowledge their feelings without rushing to counter their points. The result? Instead of an argument, the conversation becomes a meaningful exchange of ideas. Your restraint transforms what could have been a conflict into an opportunity for understanding. A challenge for reflection. The next time you feel the urge to respond impulsively, ask yourself, will this response bring peace or conflict? Will it solve the problem or make it worse? Precipitated words can feel powerful in the moment, but their consequences often linger far longer than we expect. By embracing the wisdom of restraint and choosing our words carefully, we not only avoid unnecessary conflict, but also nurture stronger, more meaningful connections. Remember, silence isn't just the absence of words, it's the presence of wisdom. So, in your next challenging moment, pause, reflect, and let your words be a reflection of your best self, not your most impulsive. That is where true strength and wisdom reside. Number 3. Intimate financial details. The wisdom of discretion. In today's world, where social media often encourages oversharing and our lives are increasingly laid bare for public consumption, there's something deeply valuable about the art of discretion, especially when it comes to personal finances. Few topics are as sensitive as misunderstood and as capable of fostering both connection and division as money. Yet, when handled with dignity and respect, conversations around finances can be transformative. Let's begin with a fundamental truth. Money, while an important resource, should never define our self-worth or the value we bring to others. Sharing intimate financial details, whether it's our earnings, debts, or extravagant purchases, often invites judgment, comparison, or even envy. The act of oversharing can unintentionally harm relationships, shifting focus away from meaningful connection to material worth. Why do we feel the need to disclose our finances to others? Is it an attempt to gain approval, display success, or perhaps to seek sympathy? While these impulses are human and understandable, they rarely lead to the outcomes we hope for. Instead, oversharing financial details often opens the door to unwanted advice, misplaced pity, or strained relationships. There's immense dignity in discretion. Choosing to keep personal financial matters private isn't about secrecy or shame. It's about self-respect and maintaining control over your narrative. It's a way of saying, I value myself and my boundaries enough to decide who I trust with this information. The Stoic perspective on wealth, Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, reminds us of the essence of true wealth. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. This simple yet profound statement shifts the focus away from accumulation and toward contentment. When we chase wealth purely for the sake of comparison or validation, we risk losing sight of what truly matters: our values, relationships, and inner peace. Discretion in financial matters reflects a deeper understanding of this principle. By choosing not to boast about our financial achievements or lament our struggles publicly, we affirm that our worth isn't tied to our bank account, but to who we are as individuals. The pitfalls of oversharing. Oversharing intimate financial details can lead to several unintended consequences. 1. Strained relationships. Discussing salaries, debts, or purchases can create feelings of inferiority or superiority, leading to resentment or competition. For example, sharing a significant raise might unintentionally make a friend struggling financially feel inadequate. 2. Judgment and misunderstanding. Money is a deeply personal topic, and everyone's financial decisions are influenced by their unique circumstances, values, and goals. Oversharing invites judgment, as others may not fully understand the context behind your choices. 3. Loss of privacy. Once financial information is shared, it's no longer under your control. It may be spread further than intended, leading to discomfort or vulnerability. 4. Unsolicited advice or criticism. Sharing financial details often opens the door to unwanted opinions or advice, which can be frustrating or even harmful if it conflicts with your personal values or goals. Self-respect through privacy. Maintaining privacy in financial matters is an act of self-respect. It's a recognition that not every aspect of our lives needs to be shared to be validated. Privacy allows us to make financial decisions without the pressure of external judgment, enabling us to align our choices with our values and priorities. Think about the sense of peace that comes with knowing you don't owe anyone an explanation for your financial situation. Privacy protects that peace. It gives you the freedom to focus on your financial health and goals without distraction. Moreover, privacy fosters genuine connections. When conversations are free from the undercurrent of financial comparison, they become richer and more meaningful. Instead of focusing on what we have or don't have, we can focus on who we are and the values we share with others. A practical approach to financial discretion. 1. Set boundaries. Decide in advance what financial topics you're comfortable discussing and with whom. For example, it might be appropriate to discuss budgeting strategies with close friends, but unnecessary to disclose specific income or debts. 2. Redirect the conversation. If someone asks about your finances in a way that feels intrusive, gracefully redirect the conversation. For example, you could say, "I prefer to keep that private, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on." 3. Focus on shared values. When discussing money, steer the conversation toward values and goals rather than specific numbers. For example, instead of saying, "I saved $10,000 last year," you could share, "I've been focusing on saving for a trip that's really important to me." 4. Practice gratitude. Shift your mindset from comparison to gratitude. Instead of focusing on what others have or what you lack, take a moment to appreciate the financial blessings in your own life, however small they may seem. The balance between transparency and privacy. It's important to note that discretion doesn't mean avoiding all financial conversations. Discussing money openly and responsibly can be incredibly valuable, especially in contexts like financial planning, personal growth, or supporting loved ones. The key is finding the balance between transparency and privacy, knowing when to share and when to withhold. For example, discussing financial goals with a trusted partner can strengthen your relationship and align your visions for the future. Similarly, sharing financial struggles with a mentor or advisor can lead to valuable guidance. The difference lies in intentionality. When you choose to share, do so with purpose and trust, not out of obligation or impulse. Take a moment to reflect on your own financial conversations. Have you ever shared something about your finances and later regretted it? How did that disclosure affect your relationships or sense of self-worth? What boundaries could you set to protect your financial privacy moving forward? Let's challenge ourselves to approach financial conversations with intention and dignity. The next time you feel the urge to share intimate financial details, pause and ask yourself, why am I sharing this? Will it bring value to the conversation or create unnecessary tension? Remember, your financial situation is just one aspect of your identity. It doesn't define your character, your values, or your worth. By choosing discretion, you not only protect your privacy but also reinforce your self-respect and create space for more meaningful connections. Epictetus's wisdom reminds us that true wealth isn't about possessions, but about contentment. When we release the need to compare or justify our financial choices, we gain something far more valuable: peace of mind. So, let's embrace the dignity of discretion. Let's choose privacy not out of fear, but out of self-respect. Let's shift our focus from what we have to who we are, nurturing relationships and values that transcend material wealth. Because in the end, the richest life isn't the one filled with possessions, but the one filled with purpose, connection, and contentment. Number 4. Provocations. The power of choosing peace. Life is full of provocations, small or large moments when someone's words or actions ignite a spark of anger or defensiveness within us. Whether it's a rude comment, a misunderstanding, or outright criticism, these provocations challenge our composure and test our patience. But how we respond can make all the difference between inner turmoil and inner peace. Reacting to provocations often comes with an emotional toll. Think about the last time you got into an argument or let someone's words get under your skin. How did it make you feel afterward? Likely drained, frustrated, or even guilty for reacting in a way that didn't align with your true self. These reactions don't just affect our emotions, they also linger, leaving an imprint on our relationships and mental well-being. Seneca's wisdom on restraint. The Stoic philosopher Seneca offers us a profound insight. It is the power of a great mind to be unperturbed by injury. This doesn't mean ignoring wrongs or pretending provocations don't exist. Instead, it's about cultivating the strength to choose our reactions wisely, recognizing that true power lies in maintaining our peace of mind, no matter the circumstances. Seneca's words remind us that when we react impulsively to provocations, we surrender control of our emotions to others. On the other hand, when we respond with restraint, we reclaim that power, choosing not to let external events dictate our inner state. The benefits of avoiding provocations. 1. Inner peace. By choosing not to react to provocations, we protect our mental and emotional balance. Imagine someone cutting you off in traffic. Reacting with anger might escalate your stress, but letting it go allows you to move forward calmly and focus on what truly matters. 2. Stronger relationships. Provocations often lead to misunderstandings or unnecessary arguments. Responding with composure instead of anger fosters trust and respect in relationships. For instance, if a friend says something that feels hurtful, pausing to consider their intent rather than reacting impulsively can lead to a meaningful resolution instead of conflict. 3. Clarity and growth. When we avoid being drawn into provocations, we create space for reflection. Instead of dwelling on anger, we can focus on solutions or understanding, which helps us grow emotionally and intellectually. Examples of choosing peace over reaction. At work, a colleague criticizes your idea in a meeting. Instead of snapping back defensively, you calmly ask for clarification, turning the moment into an opportunity for dialogue and improvement. During a family gathering, a relative makes an offhand remark about your lifestyle choices. Instead of letting their comment ruin your day, you smile and redirect the conversation to a neutral or positive topic. Online, someone leaves a negative comment on your social media post. Rather than engaging in a back-and-forth argument, you choose to ignore it or respond with kindness, preserving your energy for more meaningful interactions. A challenge for reflection. The next time you feel provoked, pause. Ask yourself, is this worth my peace of mind? What will I gain by reacting? What can I choose to do instead that reflects my best self? Provocations are inevitable, but how we respond is entirely within our control. By choosing not to let others dictate our emotions, we embrace the power of a great mind, calm, resilient, and focused on what truly matters. So let's take Seneca's wisdom to heart. Let's protect our peace, nurture our relationships, and cultivate the strength to rise above provocations, finding freedom in the calmness of a composed mind. Number 5. Privacy on social networks. Wisdom for the digital age. In an era where much of our lives play out online, the boundaries between public and private have become increasingly blurred. Social networks encourage us to share, to connect, and to express ourselves freely. But how often do we pause to consider the impact of what we post? How much are we sharing, and at what cost? Modern Stoicism offers timeless wisdom that can guide our digital behavior. It reminds us to act with intention, self-awareness, and restraint, qualities that are especially valuable in the online world. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This principle applies perfectly to how we navigate social media, where our power lies not in controlling others' reactions, but in choosing how, when, and what we share. The dangers of oversharing. Oversharing on social networks can lead to unintended consequences. 1. Loss of privacy. Every post, photo, or comment contributes to your digital footprint. Once shared, this information is no longer fully under your control. It can be screenshotted, forwarded, or misunderstood, potentially leading to regret later. Second, misinterpretation. Online audiences lack the context of tone, facial expressions, or intent. A simple post can be misread, leading to confusion or conflict. 3. Emotional vulnerability. Sharing intimate thoughts or moments can open you up to criticism, judgment, or even exploitation. What you meant to be personal can become fodder for public scrutiny. Imagine sharing a heartfelt post about a personal struggle, only to receive insensitive comments or unsolicited advice. The emotional toll can be significant, making us question the value of sharing in the first place. Applying Stoic wisdom to online behavior. The principles of Stoicism encourage us to live thoughtfully and mindfully, focusing on what is within our control. Here's how you can apply these principles to maintain privacy and dignity on social networks. 1. Pause before you post. Ask yourself, why am I sharing this? What purpose does it serve? If the answer isn't clear, consider holding back. Tip. Draft your post but wait a few hours before publishing it. This gives you time to reflect on whether sharing aligns with your values and intentions. 2. Protect your boundaries. Not everyone in your online network needs to know everything about your life. Use privacy settings to control who can see your posts, and consider sharing personal updates only with trusted individuals. 3. Share mindfully, not impulsively. Instead of sharing every moment or thought, focus on content that adds value, inspires, or reflects your authentic self. Quality over quantity creates a more meaningful online presence. 4. Embrace the power of silence. Just as in life, not every comment requires a response, and not every event needs to be documented. Silence and restraint can be powerful tools for preserving your peace. A modern Stoic approach to regret. If you've already shared something you now regret, Stoicism teaches us not to dwell on the past, but to learn from it. As Seneca advised, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Use past experiences as lessons to guide your future behavior online. A question for reflection. Before your next post, ask yourself, is this something I'd be comfortable sharing with a stranger? Does this post reflect who I want to be? Am I posting for validation or because it genuinely matters to me? Social networks can be incredible tools for connection and self-expression, but they also demand mindful navigation. By applying the principles of modern Stoicism, we can approach online behavior with the same thoughtfulness and restraint we value in our offline lives. Protect your privacy, act with intention, and share with care. Because true dignity lies not in how much we reveal, but in the wisdom of knowing what to keep for ourselves. Number 6. Lying. The priceless value of truth. Lying is often seen as a quick fix, a way to avoid conflict, protect ourselves, or spare someone else's feelings. But beneath the surface, lies carry a heavy cost. They undermine trust, damage relationships, and chip away at our self-respect. The Stoics, champions of truth and integrity, understood this deeply. Seneca captured the essence of truth's importance when he said, "No one has a more valuable possession than truth." To the Stoics, truth was not just a virtue, but the foundation of a life well lived. Without truth, there can be no genuine relationships, no meaningful connections, and no inner peace. The psychological cost of lies. When we lie, we create a dissonance between who we are and the image we project. This inconsistency can lead to guilt, anxiety, and even self-doubt. Psychologists call this phenomenon cognitive dissonance, the mental discomfort that arises from acting against our values. Over time, lying can erode our sense of identity and worth. But the damage doesn't stop with us. Lies poison trust. Once someone discovers a lie, even a small one, it plants seeds of doubt. The foundation of trust is weakened, and rebuilding it can take years. Living with integrity. To align with the Stoic value of truthfulness, we must strive to 1. Pause before speaking. Ask yourself, is this true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If the answer to any of these is no, reconsider your words. 2. Be honest with yourself. Avoid rationalizing lies as harmless. Every lie, no matter how small, distances you from the person you aspire to be. 3. Value transparency. Over comfort. Telling the truth may feel uncomfortable in the moment, but it fosters stronger, more authentic connections over time. As you navigate daily life, remember Seneca's wisdom. Truth is the most valuable possession we have. It requires courage, but the rewards, trust, respect, and inner peace, are priceless. Number 7. Empty commitments. The weight of unfulfilled promises. We've all been there, saying yes to something we don't really intend to do. At the moment, it feels easier to agree than to decline, but the cost of an unfulfilled promise is far greater than we often realize. Empty commitments strain relationships, damage reputations, and weigh heavily on our conscience. To the Stoics, integrity was the cornerstone of wisdom. A person's word was seen as a reflection of their character. Saying one thing and doing another not only disrespects others, but also erodes our own sense of self-respect. The burden of broken promises. Every unkept promise, no matter how small, carries consequences. 1. Loss of trust. When we repeatedly fail to follow through, others begin to question our reliability. Trust, once broken, is difficult to repair. 2. Emotional weight. Empty commitments create guilt and anxiety as we carry the mental load of things left undone. 3. Damaged. Self-perception. Failing to honor our word can lead to self-doubt, making us question our own integrity and abilities. How to make intentional commitments to ensure your promises are meaningful and attainable. Consider these steps. 1. Pause before agreeing. Instead of saying yes out of habit or pressure, take a moment to assess your capacity and intentions. 2. Be honest about your limitations. It's better to decline up front than to overcommit and disappoint later. 3. Prioritize what matters. Commit only to things that align with your values and goals. This ensures your energy is spent on what truly matters. 4. Follow through or communicate early. If circumstances change and you can't fulfill a promise, be honest and communicate promptly. Transparency builds trust, even in difficult situations. The Stoic perspective on integrity. The Stoics teach us that our integrity is one of the most valuable assets we possess. Keeping our word, no matter how small the promise, strengthens our character and fosters trust in our relationships. Before making your next commitment, ask yourself, am I truly willing and able to follow through on this? Does this align with my values and priorities? Both truthfulness and fulfilling commitments are central to a life of wisdom and peace. By embracing honesty and intentionality, we build stronger relationships, foster trust, and cultivate inner harmony. Let's take inspiration from the Stoics and strive to align our words and actions, ensuring they reflect the best version of ourselves. Because in the end, a life of integrity is the foundation of lasting fulfillment and respect. Number 8. Making fun of others. Choosing kindness over ridicule. In the fabric of human interaction, humor is often a thread that brings us closer together. However, when humor crosses the line into ridicule, it can quickly unravel trust and goodwill. Making fun of others, particularly in social settings, may seem harmless on the surface, but it often carries deeper consequences for both the target and the person delivering the joke. Ridicule may provide a fleeting sense of superiority or amusement, but it comes at the expense of someone else's dignity. It can hurt, alienate, and even traumatize, especially when it targets vulnerabilities or deeply personal aspects of a person's life. As Seneca wisely said, "A wise man is content with his own mind." This philosophy reminds us that the need to ridicule others often stems from insecurity or a desire to mask our own shortcomings. True wisdom lies in self-contentment, where there is no need to elevate oneself by belittling others. The harm of ridicule. 1. Emotional damage. Being the target of ridicule can lead to feelings of humiliation, inadequacy, and even long-term anxiety. In some cases, it creates rifts in relationships that are hard to mend. 2. Erosion of trust. Ridicule in social settings can create an atmosphere of discomfort, where people are wary of expressing themselves out of fear of being mocked. 3. Reflection on character. Making fun of others reveals more about the person ridiculing than the target. It often signals insecurity, insensitivity, or a lack of emotional intelligence. Encouraging empathy and uplifting others. Instead of ridiculing others, we can choose to uplift and support them. Empathy, understanding and sharing the feelings of another, enables us to approach interactions with kindness rather than criticism. Here's how to foster a culture of respect and encouragement. Pause and reflect. Before making a joke, ask yourself, will this uplift or harm? Would I be comfortable if this joke were made about me? Celebrate differences. Diversity is a strength, not a flaw. Instead of mocking what you don't understand, seek to learn from it. Compliment. Instead of criticize, replace jokes at someone's expense with genuine compliments. This builds trust and strengthens connections. Speak up against ridicule. If you witness someone being mocked, step in to support them. Your courage can set an example for others to follow. By choosing empathy over ridicule, we create an environment where people feel safe, valued, and understood. A hallmark of true wisdom and kindness. Number 9. Respect for beliefs and religion. Building bridges. Through understanding. In a world of diverse perspectives, respecting the beliefs and religions of others is fundamental to creating harmony and mutual understanding. Disrespect or intolerance toward someone's faith not only harms relationships, but also undermines the universal human values that bind us together. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius emphasized this shared humanity, stating, "Nature made us relatives by creating us from the same materials and for the same destiny." His words remind us that, despite our differences, we are united by our common origins and shared journey through life. The importance of tolerance and understanding. 1. Fostering connection. Respecting others' beliefs builds trust and fosters meaningful relationships. 2. Promoting peace. Tolerance reduces conflict, paving the way for cooperation and understanding. 3. Honoring individuality. Beliefs and religions often form the core of a person's identity. Respecting these aspects affirms their worth and dignity. Navigating sensitive discussions. Respectfully. Engaging in conversations about beliefs or religion requires care, humility, and an open mind. Here are some principles to guide these discussions. 1. Listen to. Understand. Approach conversations with genuine curiosity rather than judgment. Ask questions to learn about the other person's perspective. For example, "Oh, what does your faith mean to you?" "Oh, how has your belief shaped your life?" 2. Avoid assumptions. Every individual's beliefs are personal and unique, even within the same religion or tradition. Avoid making generalized statements or assumptions. 3. Speak with humility. Acknowledge that your understanding is limited and that there is always more to learn. Phrases like, "I may not fully understand, but I respect your viewpoint," foster mutual respect. 4. Find common ground. Highlight shared values, such as compassion, kindness, or the pursuit of truth. Focusing on similarities rather than differences builds bridges. 5. Recognize emotional sensitivity. Beliefs are deeply personal, and challenging them can feel like a personal attack. Tread lightly, prioritizing respect over the need to assert your own views. When disagreements arise. Disagreements about beliefs are natural, but they don't have to lead to conflict. Instead, they can be opportunities for growth and understanding. Here's how to navigate disagreements constructively. Agree to disagree. Respectfully acknowledge differences without the need to resolve them. For example, "I see this differently, but I appreciate hearing your perspective." Focus on intentions. Remember that the goal of a discussion is not to win, but to understand. Approach conversations with the intention to learn and connect. Emphasize mutual respect. Reaffirm your respect for the other person, regardless of differing beliefs. A question for reflection. Before entering a discussion about beliefs or religion, ask yourself, am I approaching this conversation with an open heart and mind? Am I willing to listen and learn rather than judge? How can I ensure this discussion builds understanding rather than division? Both in refraining from ridicule and in respecting beliefs, the common thread is empathy and recognition of our shared humanity. By choosing kindness over mockery and understanding over judgment, we align ourselves with the wisdom of the Stoics, creating spaces where people feel valued and respected. Let us remember the words of Marcus Aurelius. Nature made us relatives by creating us from the same materials and for the same destiny. In embracing this truth, we not only honor others, but also elevate ourselves, cultivating a world guided by wisdom, tolerance, and compassion. Number 10. Handling personal dissatisfactions. Wisely. The Stoic path to inner peace life is full of challenges, setbacks, and moments of dissatisfaction. Whether it's a missed opportunity, an unkind word, or a situation that didn't go as planned, we all face grievances that can stir frustration or regret. But the Stoics offer a profound and liberating approach to handling these moments. Focus on what you can control and let go of what you cannot. Epictetus encapsulated this wisdom beautifully when he said it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. These words remind us that while external events may be beyond our influence, our reactions are entirely within our power. This shift in perspective is the cornerstone of the Stoic approach to personal dissatisfactions. The power of focusing on what you can control. When we dwell on grievances, we often amplify their impact. Complaining about a situation we cannot change, replaying events in our minds, or fixating on others' behavior only deepens our dissatisfaction. But by focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, we reclaim our power and begin to heal. Practical steps to apply this wisdom. 1. Pause and reflect. When faced with dissatisfaction, take a moment to ask yourself, what is within my control here? This simple question shifts your focus from external circumstances to internal choices. 2. Reframe the situation. Instead of seeing grievances as setbacks, view them as opportunities for growth. For instance, a failed project at work could be a chance to develop resilience or identify areas for improvement. A disagreement with a friend might be an opportunity to practice patience and strengthen the relationship through understanding. 3. Practice gratitude. Dissatisfactions often stem from focusing on what's missing. Redirect your attention to what you have. Gratitude can transform even the most frustrating situations into moments of clarity and appreciation. 4. Let go of the unchangeable. Accepting what cannot be altered is not weakness, it's wisdom. By releasing your grip on the uncontrollable, you free yourself to focus on what truly matters. Reframing grievances as learning opportunities. Every grievance carries a lesson, if we're willing to see it. For example, a challenging relationship can teach us empathy and boundaries. A career setback can inspire us to explore new paths or refine our skills. A personal failure can reveal areas for growth, reminding us of our humanity and capacity to improve. By reframing dissatisfactions, we shift from a victim mindset to one of empowerment and agency. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" we can ask, "What can I learn from this?" Number 11. Confidential information from third parties. Honoring trust and building wisdom. Trust is the foundation of every meaningful relationship. When someone shares confidential information with us, they are offering not just words, but a piece of their vulnerability. How we handle that trust speaks volumes about our character and integrity. Confidentiality is a moral obligation, one that strengthens bonds and fosters respect. Sharing information that isn't ours to share not only betrays the trust of others, but also damages our own reputation. As the Stoics remind us, wisdom isn't just about knowledge, it's about how we apply it. Choosing discretion over gossip reflects not only self-restraint, but also a deep respect for the relationships we value. The importance of honoring trust. 1. Strengthening relationships. When we respect confidentiality, we show others that their trust is safe with us. This deepens connections and encourages openness in the future. 2. Protecting reputations. Gossip and breaches of confidentiality often cause irreparable harm, both to the person whose information is shared and to the person sharing it. 3. Fostering self-respect. Acting with integrity builds our own sense of worth. When we honor trust, we align our actions with our values, cultivating a clear conscience and inner peace. The ripple effect of betraying confidentiality. Consider this scenario. A colleague shares a personal challenge with you in confidence. Later, in casual conversation, you mention it to someone else. That person shares it further, and soon the colleague's private matter becomes public knowledge. Result: the colleague feels betrayed and is unlikely to trust you again. This breach not only damages your relationship with them, but also affects how others perceive your reliability. Discretion as a hallmark of wisdom. Discretion is a rare and powerful quality in today's world of constant sharing. By choosing to keep private matters private, you cultivate a reputation for wisdom and reliability. People are drawn to those who can be trusted, knowing their vulnerabilities will be respected. An example of discretion in action. Imagine you are a mentor to a younger colleague. They confide in you about their struggles with work-life balance. Instead of sharing this with others, you listen attentively, offer support, and keep their confidence intact. This act of discretion not only strengthens their trust in you, but also reinforces your role as a reliable and wise mentor. Over time, your reputation for integrity encourages others to seek your guidance and friendship. Practical steps to honor. Confidentiality. 1. Ask for clarification. If someone shares sensitive information, confirm whether they want it to remain confidential. For example, is this something you'd like me to keep private? 2. Think before sharing. Before mentioning anything to others, ask yourself, is this my story to tell? Will sharing this harm the trust placed in me? 3. Respect boundaries. Even in casual conversations, avoid sharing information that could betray someone's confidence, even indirectly. 4th, model discretion. Your behavior sets an example. When others see you handling confidential information with care, they're more likely to do the same. Take a moment to consider your own approach to confidentiality. Have you ever shared something in confidence and later regretted it? How do you ensure that the trust others place in you is protected? What steps can you take to strengthen your reputation for discretion and reliability? Both handling personal dissatisfactions and respecting confidentiality require self-awareness, empathy, and restraint. By focusing on what we can control, reframing grievances as learning opportunities, and honoring the trust others place in us, we embody the Stoic virtues of wisdom and integrity. Let's take inspiration from Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, choosing to respond thoughtfully to life's challenges and respecting the dignity of those around us. In doing so, we not only cultivate inner peace, but also foster deeper, more meaningful connections with others. Because in the end, a life guided by wisdom, respect, and trust is a life well lived. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it with others who might benefit from these insights. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to stay updated with more inspiring content.